need is dollar, 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 that's what I need. Hey, hey.
Good morning and welcome to Dollars and Cents with Freedman Financial on North Shore 1049. My name is Marc Freedman. I'm president and CEO of Freedman Financial, located in Peabody, Massachusetts, right across the street from the North Shore Mall, and just above Daniela's restaurant. I was about to say Alto Forno, but it's now Daniela's restaurant, soon to open next week. And I need to apologize to everybody who's listening into the show. Last week, I was live in studio, and I had suggested that Daniela from Daniela's restaurant would be joining me for this week's show, but I was wrong. She's joining me next week because the following Monday, I think it's November 9th, that's when the restaurant will open, and she will be joining me then. So we'll look forward to having her here. I can smell the food that they're testing downstairs. They've done such a great job, and we're looking forward to being regular customers at Daniela's. Anyways, as you well know, last night, Halloween. How'd you do? Did you get a lot of trick-or-treaters? Was it a different kind of experience? It was cold, wasn't it? I mean, who wanted to be outside for Halloween last night? It was cold, and I don't think the number of kids was certainly nearly as abundant as it's been in the past. But nevertheless, Halloween's always a great time to celebrate with the kids, to be part of the family, to get to meet some of your neighbors, in fact. I mean, we've been so socially distant over the past several months. It was nice to even greet some of the neighbors, even though we still had masks on, just to say hello and just connect with people. My goodness. We've got to still be responsible here. As you know, the numbers are ticking up all around the country here. Yeah, we had something, I think it was 80,000 cases in the daily count over the past couple days, which is certainly a very big number, a little bit more than what the high numbers were back in July. But something that might be of interest to you, and I thought I would share this, is some of the counts. Actually, back in July 7th, I get this report that comes twice a week to me. It was July 7th to July 21st is when we really had our highest numbers here in the United States. And we were getting cases somewhere around 60 to 70,000 a day. But what's rather interesting here is how many tests were being done then in July and in August. Well, that number was just around 750,000 tests being done, with 60,000 people testing positive. Certainly, we didn't really have our arms wrapped around what this virus really meant. We didn't have the treatments and therapeutics and an understanding of the virus. Those numbers were very high. But certainly, we're hitting this number of 80,000 today. And should we be concerned? Of course we should. I mean, we certainly don't want our numbers to go up. But I think it's also important to note that we're no longer testing 750,000 people a day. It's over 1.2 million people that are being tested every day. And in some cases, just so you all know, many of the schools, many of the sports programs, some of these kids are getting tested daily. There's a section, no, it's probably insignificant, but there are false negatives, of course, false positives, I should say, that have come across. It is still something of significance. Some of the people that are being tested positive go in 3 days later and test again who are positive, and they come up as a positive number on this list. So I do think, are we managing this? Yes, I think we're managing it. Certainly the percentage of people that need hospitalization, the percentage of people who are dying from this virus right now as compared to earlier on in the year is significantly smaller. Yes, the number of people going into the hospital has increased because there's more positive cases, but the percentage of hospitalizations, the percentages, they are much lower. What to me is of greater concern right now is looking overseas, looking over to Europe, and asking ourselves, do we want to be like them? See, this past Saturday, maybe many of you know, I traveled in a group called Up With People back in 1985 to 1986. We were 150 students between the ages of 18 and 25, traveling all around the world, building bridges of communication between people of all nations through music, through community service, etc. I actually happened to do the Super Bowl halftime show when the Patriots played the Bears. Super Bowl 20. We did the halftime show that year. I was the guy in the yellow sweatshirt playing the keyboard. If you go to YouTube and type in Super Bowl 20 halftime show, you'll find me because I'm there with the yellow sweatshirt. Nevertheless, on our Zoom call, we have a reunion call periodically through Zoom, and we had people on the phone from Holland, from Great Britain, from France, from Belgium, from Ireland, and of course all around the United States as well, and actually some people from South America and from Canada. And when we began talking about COVID, they hear about America and they hear about the challenges that we're having, but they say, your challenges are nothing like the challenges we're having. You see, in France, they're having 30,000 cases a day. 30,000 cases. And they have 1/10 of the population we do. Same thing in Great Britain, same thing in Germany, same thing in Ireland and Belgium and Holland. There was a woman on the phone with us from Holland, and she told us that they have all of their restaurants, their bars, their fitness facilities, any type of large gathering spots, they are shut down now until December 1st. Angela Merkel just announced this past week that Germany is following the same path. Effective November 1st, restaurants, bars, large gathering places shut down. Now, we're not doing that here yet. And I hope we don't get to that point. Because I actually think from a retail establishment, from a restaurant standpoint, I think we as Americans are doing pretty well. Though, the scope that we see is our own neighborhood and our own circle of friends that we hang out with. It's those house parties. It's the sporting venues. It's when the kids are getting together for football practice or soccer practice, or sneaking out of the house. A lot of these high school and college kids sneaking out and holding these parties, these large gatherings. Frankly, some of these are also happening in larger gatherings like in a church service. Those are the places where we need to begin to better take responsibility for what we're doing, because I'd hate to see restaurants shutting down right now. I think they are doing such an exceptional job managing this. And I know, like you do, we want to get together. We're just getting tired of this virus, but we know we have to manage it. And when we manage it, our numbers get better, and we also get closer to a vaccine or a treatment. You see, here on Dollars and Cents, so where we provide financial advice in a language you can understand, I know that some of the leading issues on your mind are how are we going to get through this election? How are we going to manage through finding a solution to this vaccine? And also, what's going to happen with the stimulus? So the election, the vaccine, and the stimulus. Those are the three critical pointers right now that will move this market, that will move the economy, that will move our impressions about what's going on. It'll move everything. And I think we need to rank those three. What's most important to you? And here you are listening to me on November 1st, the election, just 2 more days away on Tuesday. What is most important for our economy at this point? Is it the outcome of the election? Is the outcome of a therapeutic or a vaccine, or both, or a stimulus package? What's most important? I'll tell you, I think the least most important, and this may shock you, the least most important of the three is the election. Really, the election is not that important. Look, I think right now, and I don't know what the outcome of the election is going to be, and you don't know it either, but my gut, tells me that Joe Biden wins the presidential seat. He wins the White House. My gut also tells me that the Republicans will hold on to the Senate. And of course, the Democrats will continue to hold the House. If all of that happens, and that is what the market is expecting to happen, we continue to have this continued pace within the market. You're not going to see wild swings of anything. Now, what you've been seeing over the past few days, over Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, this past week, which has been exceptionally volatile, and may still be volatile on Monday and Tuesday, is the sense that there's a lot of uncertainty right now. All of the things that we thought were going to happen as it related to the election are all being questioned. Everybody is doing their very best, last push, to try to convince you why certain people will win the election, what the leanings are going to be, what the polling is going to tell us. So it's going to be a little shaky for a while. But I think, folks, if we can get an answer on Tuesday, and I'm not so convinced we're going to have an answer on Tuesday, but once there is some clarity on certainty on what the landscape of Washington will look like following this election, then we can better understand the direction and trajectory of the market. But in reality, the direction and trajectory of the market based on the election, to me, as far as I'm concerned, is really not that significant. What is significant is the virus and a solution to the virus, as well as coming up with a stimulus package. When we get back, I want to talk to you a little bit about that. I want to talk to you about the implications of the stimulus, of a vaccine and a therapeutic, and also of some of the implications about what we're hearing about these elections right now. All of this is very important, and I know it's on the minds and the concerns of so many people who are asking us, Mark, what are you doing at Freedman Financial? What are your plans? Well, this past Thursday, we held a video town hall to talk to our clients about what our plans are, what we're doing, and what our thoughts are. And I want to share all of that with you. But before we take a break, I'd encourage you to sign up for our free weekly newsletter. It comes out every Friday at 10:30 in the morning. It's called Planning Pointers. Go to my website, freedmanfinancial.com. That's Freedman, 2 E's and a D, financial.com. Go to the bottom of any page, put in your name, your email address, and we will get you registered and join the 7,500 other subscribers who get our newsletter every week. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we're back, I got more financial advice in a language you can understand. You're listening to Dollars and Cents with Freedman Financial on North Shore 1049.